just want to make sure that this is working because according to my last stream like bombed. Wasn't really working. There was an echo that was so atrocious. Vic literally saved my ass in the live stream last time. If you're watching this, let me know if you can hear me or not. I'm just doing a quick test stream, and then I'm going to be back on later on tonight for Swords of Reason with my boy Teriak, son. Teriak. Look forward to that. That's going to be a good fucking debate. I look forward to that shit. That shit's going to be really good. All right, let me test my levels. You know what? I want to make sure I have some decent music here too. Real quick. By the way, if you guys can hear me, let me know if my audio is okay. Brandon Thompson, I appreciate it, bro. Thanks, man. My audio needs to be on point because I'm doing a debate against these male feminist libtards tonight, and I look forward to doing a halfway decent job. Go ahead and see. I'm just gonna kind of thumb through some of this stuff right now. See if I can debate intro. I'm just gonna do some setup for tonight. That's what I'm planning on doing. Okay, your audio sounds great. I wonder why when I had the podcast with Cool Vic, my audio was in shambles. It's almost like somebody took a major shellacking. Really bad. I just wanted to use the word shellacking. All right, so I'm going to show you the intro since it's like one person here. I didn't plan on announcing this. This was just kind of screw off stream to see if I could fix any audio technical difficulties that I have here. I'm going to play my intro right before I do my debate. So in this video, it's AI generated, but I like to create entertainment value. There's me and Teriak walking down the street towards thugs. That's my boy. If we roll into war, it's me from the United States and my Irish brother fighting these scumbags.
How far are we going to take this, Star?
The question is not how far. The question is, do you possess the Constitution? The depth of faith to go as far as is needed.
Ever be?
In nomine patri.
Et Filii. Spiritus Sancti.
While in the merry month of May, not from me home I started, left the girls at Human, nearly broken heart, saluted father dear. Kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears are smothered enough to reap the corn, leave for I was born, caught a stout black torn to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogues to rat the love of the bogs, frighten all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin, 1 2 3 4 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin, whack for lolly rah. In Mullingar the blight arrested limb so weary, started by daylight this morning bright and nearly took a drop of the pure, keep me heart from sinking, that's the paddy's cure. When Aries up for drinking to see the lassies smile, laughing all the while at me curious style, to set your heart a bubble and ask me was I hired, where desire acquired till I was almost tired of the rocky road to Dublin, 1 2 3 4 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin.
All right, let me stop that. I need to make it to where it fills up the screen. That's like they're leaving like this much space on the top and bottom. Before I play the rest of that, I have to create a version that fills up the whole screen. I'm glad I caught that before tonight's debate. It's going to be a pretty damn good debate that you guys are in store for tonight. And I look forward to it. Let me see if I can finish this real quick. Let me see if I can get some music set up for my channel as well, too. Real quick, make sure that all this is working. Because tonight, I can't have any screw-ups as far as like my microphone, my music, any of this other stuff. Let's go ahead and see if I can fill this. There we go. That's filled. That's good. All right, now I just got to re-upload this and then put it on my channel so that way that's good. I wanted to start an intro that's kind of like Boondock Saints because Teriak is Irish and I'll be debating with him alongside him. So it's kind of like two brothers. You have like the black guy and the white guy, whatever, or Irish guy, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Throw the races out. The guy's a good guy. He's one of the best debaters. And if I had to go against him, I know I'd have a good fight. But the fact that it's me and him versus these two, look, I'm going to tell you like it is. These guys are, one of them's a really, is a dumbass for real. Like this guy cannot, I think he can debate. He just holds really horrible feminist positions. So, all right, let me see if I can upload this real quick to YouTube. And I'll put like Teriak intro in this real quick. Teriak, what is this? Teriak. There you go. All right, so this isn't going to be monetized for sure, and I don't really care. I just want to destroy these male feminists that we're going to be debating tonight. It's going to be such a good time, man. It's going to be a good time. Good luck to these male feminists that we have to debate because they're going to need all that. They're going to need all the luck they can get. All right. All right. Since you said like my volume and all that's good, hopefully it'll stay that good. Hopefully this is all good. You know what? I don't want to do the First Amendment thing and make a presentation for tonight. I'm just going to come in and wreck these people. I haven't even made my opening statement yet for tonight. That's how easy this W is going to be. Like, I haven't even made my opening statement against these people tonight, but it's going to be a banger because there's a lot of bad blood between me and one of the guys. A lot of bad blood. His name's like Leaky Water Guy or Leaky Water Guy. I forgot his name. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But he's the black guy. There's a black guy and a white guy on our side, and then there's a black guy and a white guy on their side. I really don't like this black guy. He calls me a coon. He calls me an Uncle Tom. Like, he calls me gay all the time and all this, and just all these low, stupid attacks, tells me I'm retarded, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, you're going to get demolished tonight in the debate. And then they're talking trash to Teriak. So I'm going to jump in, and we're in Discord going back and forth talking so much trash. And then these guys want to get personal and like throw pictures in there and all that. I'm just like, whatever. You guys are going to get your ass whooped. The shellacking tonight is going to be horrendous. They're going to get destroyed so bad tonight. And I thoroughly look forward to demolishing these people. It's going to be the Christian right versus the degenerate socialist left tonight. And they just so happen to be feminist. We love destroying feminists around here. And I look forward to that. So it appears that my audio works when it wants to work. But then when I have a major movie celebrity, a major movie director from, I don't even know if I want to say he's in Hollywood, because Hollywood hates him. Hollywood doesn't like him. Uwe Boll is a big director. We just had him on. So, I mean, what I was saying is like, my audio only wants to work when it's me by myself. But when I have a famous Hollywood director on, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're on subsidies and food stamps now, Marte. What are we going to do? I need a handout. Bro, you were working just fine when it was just me. Now you want to act up when I have Uwe Boll on and we're doing an interview? It's crazy, bro. He called us and he was in Germany. So that it's crazy how I have to arrange the time zones, because 7 a.m. there was like 10 a.m. here where I'm at. I'm not going to say where I'm at, but I texted him and said, hey, I said, we're going to start in an hour from now. He was like, oh, I thought we were already going, which means that we got an hour off. He was already ready to go an hour before our podcast. And I'm just like, damn. So both of us messed up the time zones, but he was like, I'll leave the link open for another hour and then I'll get on. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. But that's what happened. All right. So this is uploaded. I was waiting for this to come up. Wait, that says vigilante video. Let me put this up one more second. It says, oh, Teriak video. Download that so we can finally have that. Okay, Teriak intro. The debate intro, I'm going to delete, put that in the trash file. Let's see how this works. My audio was starstruck. Sorry, it may. You know what? That sounds better than my audio was retarded because I'm a boomer. Don't know how to work on tech equipment. I'll take that. We'll do that. We'll do that. All right, delete the debate intro. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put in Teriak intro. Let's see how it. This better fill out the screen. Let's see if this will work. Teriak. Where are the T's at? Teriak intro. Here we go. All right, this is loading into StreamYard. I'm gonna see if this will finally go in. Finally, we'll see what can happen. So when I had the intro to my debate, it was like leaving a sliver open on the screen, and I uploaded it this time. It's going to fill out the whole YouTube screen and not like leave spaces because I want it to be like, well, it's not a cinematic experience, but I want it to be like entertaining to where the OCD people are going to be like, well, it doesn't fill up the whole screen. Like, yeah, I'm doing this for those guys because maybe even I had a little OCD. Here we go.
How far are we going to take this,
The question is not how far. The question is, do you possess the Constitution? The depth of faith to go as far as is needed?
Ever be?
In nomine patri.
Et fili?
There we go. All right. Oh, fixed it. All right. Let's fucking go. All right. We are ready to go. Where is that? You know what? As long as it's on here, should be good to go. All right. All right. That's good. We have done on here. I'll just play it again just to double check. This is the intro for the debate with me teaming up with Teriak tonight on Swords of Reason.
How far are we going to take this,
The question is not how far. The question is, do you possess the Constitution? The depth of faith to go as far as is needed?
Ever be?
In nomine patri.
Et fili? Spiritus Sancti.
While in the merry month of May, not from me home I started, left the girls a tumen, nearly broken heart, saluted father dear. Kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears are smothered enough to reap the corn, leave where I was born, caught a stout black torn to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogues to rat the love of the bogs, frighten all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin, 1 to 3 for 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, and all the ways to Dublin, whack for Lally-Ra. In Mullingar the blight arrested limb so weary, started by daylight this morning bright, and nearly took a drop of the pure, keep me heart from sinking, that's the paddy's cure. When Aries up for drinking to see the lassies smile, laughing all the while at me curious style, to set your heart a bubbling, ask me was I hired, wages I acquired, till I was almost tired of the rocky road to Dublin, 1 to 3 for 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, and all the ways to Dublin, whack for Lally-Ra.
All right. I got the intro to tonight's debate ready. Fills up the whole screen. I don't have to worry about that because me and Teriak are going to war against these damn male feminists. I hate a damn male feminist. They're the worst thing on the planet next to Islamists and the Jays trying to subvert America and everything else that's going on right now. But yes, hopefully, you know what? I'm going to speak nicely to my computer right now. Please, computer, do not fail me. Please, microphone, please act right during this debate. Yeah, Lord have mercy. I need my equipment tonight, not mess up. Don't fumble the slaughter tonight. Please don't do it. Because if there's anything that I fought against debate opponents for like First Amender, what is it? Manar and other idiots online, I've had to also fight my microphone as well too. This is terrible. I'm going to have Geek Squad look over my whole equipment setup in that because it needs to get done to try to fix the bugs, because whenever I do or host a podcast with Cool Vic, or whenever I do like a segment or some informative podcast, my equipment ends up taking the shit. That's what happens. And by all means, we got to prevent that from happening because I have World War debate. Luckily, it didn't mess up in World War debate. I just had a debate recently on mass deportation, which I promote. We need to get these people out of the country. They got to get out, man. Glacier Maniac, what's up? How long have you been fighting your mic? It's been too long. It's been too long. I don't even know how long. It's been a minute. Been fighting my mic for the last 7 months. This is like a guesstimate, maybe 7 months. You're saying, bro, how long? I said 7 months. Is there a delay here? Just curious. Is there a delay? What's up? 7 months. It's been a minute, man. So, anyways, she's bro, how long? Yeah, a minute, man. I can't, but I'm guessing when I say 7 months. I don't know. Like, I can only give you an approximate figure. That's about it. J intro. I've done a lot of intros. I've done a shit ton of intros on my channel, especially when it comes to introducing podcast guests, and everything else. Just insane. Let me see if I can. Oh, the J one isn't even in here. What did I delete that? I know I didn't delete that. Let me double check this real quick. TPNN intro. Yeah, I did do the TPNN intro thing. Why isn't that on here? This is so weird. You know what? I think I delete my intro. Oh, what am I saying? It's right here. Yeah, I like doing a lot of creative intros for the podcast. So that way, when I do have podcasts, there's like I feel like I'm rolling out the red carpet for the guest that shows up. I always want to do that. You know, I want my guests to feel at home when they come here, comfortable. I've been seeing it in too many of your streams. Is that like the delay you've been seeing in the streams, or? Hey, what's up? Re-examination show. How's it going, man? If you haven't seen it, you should go check this out, Rex. It was the Woke Autopsy. The Woke Autopsy episode with Uwe Boll, the director of Citizen Vigilante, who made this film because of the Muslim invasion in Europe and how out of hand. This is a religious war. This is a social war and a very, very big political war that we are fighting. So we just had a podcast with the director of Citizen Vigilante on. We almost had Army Hammer, the star of that, on, but the scheduling didn't really match up. No, your mic issues. Yeah, I'm gonna have what is it? Geek Squad take a look at all this stuff and try to fix all this. So, but intros are something that I've always loved doing, right? I like creating intros so that we, even for debates, I like doing intros for debates. And this is one of the intros I've done. I don't know what the hell I was doing with that. That's probably why I never used it. So I wanted the AI to make a donkey pull cart, and I don't know why I was screaming in that one. It's just so weird. All right, let me delete that. That's going in the trash bin. But I did create something for a guy named Jay that was on the show. Rex says, Mike sounds good. Yeah, very bizarre. I got to have all this checked out by Geek Squad. Hopefully they can fix all this stuff so that way before the debate tonight, me and Teriak are ready to destroy these male feminists. This was also another intro that I did for our last guest, Jay.
The following is intended only for mature audiences.
For you. This is going to trigger some of the darker population, but y'all are holding us back. Every bitch and every complaint you have is against crackers no longer living, from lives you never lived and hardships you never had to endure. Every demographic in America is waiting on you to take one step forward. And the moment you do, the rest of the country is going to feel like it's in a time machine. Some of y'all ain't watching the board, you dig? Sicker for you. It is hilarious how stupid some of you black folks are. Talk all that shit about crackers and generational trauma from racism and slavery, yet everything you know about it you got from Google. How stupid are you to rely on a cracker to feed your hatred for a cracker? It never crossed your mind that maybe they're feeding it to you so you'll think and act a certain way. And before any of you jump in my comments talking about it's the Jews, not the crackers, there ain't a Negro in America that knows the difference between a Jew and another cracker. Everything pale is a cracker to them. Someone ain't watching the board, you dig?
You're out of your league.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I like to make intros like that, but that last guest, that guy Jay, he's an up and coming comedian, really interesting to talk to. He could look like one of these guys that's a skinhead, or one of these NAZY Brotherhood people, but he's pretty cool people. The guy writes me like every other day. Really cool people, but he drops some of the things that he says pisses so many people off, and the way that he says it. He gets tone policed on the daily. He probably gets death threats from people, all this. I look at his comments, and the things that he says about black culture, he's right, but it's just going to sting and burn a little bit. It's crazy. I love having guests like this on Woke Autopsy. When I talk to them, I want them to say the same things that were controversial, that the left reviles, right? I want them to say these things that are based in truth, reality, and that we could see with our own two eyes, because we're getting gaslighted into oblivion that what we see around us isn't going on. That's why I had Jay on. That's why we had Uwe Boll on. That's why next month I'm talking to her people, but we're looking at having Gina Carano on. I don't know if you guys know who that is. We're going to start having more celebrities on and a little bit more people. We had to get this back up and running. I did have to take a break from doing podcasts for a bit because there was some infighting that was happening during the time. And I said, the only way that I can have guys like Dusty, Beth, the AVG rift that was going on between me and her, the whole Emmett thing between me and Emmett, the only way that I could do this is if I take a step out of the space for a minute. And that's why I've been gone. I left, I went and touched grass and I was like, let me focus. I finished school. I did a lot of stuff. And then I was like, I'm going to come back because this has to be forgotten about. Whatever beef I had with AVG, Emmett, all that has to be forgotten about because we have a bigger enemy. The left is a bigger enemy. The left wants to literally kill us. This is why we can't squabble over these little things. And even me, I have to be the bigger man and step back and say, whatever. There's nothing I can say to get through to people fighting on my own side. The best thing I can do is vanish for a bit. Hopefully life catches up to them and they forget about it. And I come back and they're like, oh, I forgot we had a beef. Good. Now I can come back. That's the whole purpose of this. So that way I can come back and get in the fight and fight these people like I'm supposed to, unimpeded by my own side, fighting me. That's the whole purpose of why I left. And that's why I'm back. So unless we can kind of create space, there will always be division if we don't fix it. Sometimes like leaving a vacancy and a void for a bit, can be a vacation to, drama. and harm people, verbal harm, whatever you want to call that. Such a sensitive way to phrase that. But yeah, I've needed a little bit of a break, man. Just crazy. So yeah, now that I know that my mic wants to act right when I'm doing like a solo thing here, that's good. I have no qualms. But yeah, this was just like a test stream because I was like, there's no way. Like, there's actually no way that this is messing up right now during this woke autopsy stream. Oh, what was happening? It was messing up. My mic, I had to like Jimmy rig my system. I had to use my phone as the microphone while using the camera right here for the visual aspect of this. And I'm tired of Jimmy rigging my whole system. So Geek Squad's going to take a look at this. We're going to have that done. But anyways, I got to get my hair cut. I got to go get a fade. I got to eat. I haven't even eaten because I was like trying to make sure things were set up for this podcast, because this was probably one of the biggest guests we've had on the podcast. He had Blood Rain, the movie. He also, I think he did like cinematic things for video games too, but this is like a big thing. The Citizen Vigilante thing is big, especially right now. People are going to say that movie is bad because there's a sex scene in it. But everything else, they're going to be like, it was okay, but just the sex scene. I'm like, but you do understand that the left has been shoving trans ideology, gay ideology, communist ideology, everything else down their throats. But you're mad about one sex scene because he had to smuggle this in to say that Muslims are bad. And if you let them come in as a Trojan horse, they're going to infiltrate our country and wreck shop. Like, anytime a country has a 30% Muslim population, shit goes bad. It just goes bad. That ideology does not mix well in Christian nations. It doesn't at all. Go to any Muslim nation, and that's the crazy thing about this. Why do trans people support Islam? Why do they do this? Because if they go over to an Islam country, and they try this gay shit, they would get thrown off roofs. They would get killed in the street. They would literally get killed in the street if they try this. But they support this? Boggles my damn mind. It boggles my mind because I don't understand how these people can support these socialist programs, which is communism, and then say, oh, the Muslim, and then Hassan Piker just came. I'm glad we talked about that during the podcast. And I'm glad that Uwe Boll brought up Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker, and I posted this on my Instagram. Look, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should. You should follow me on Instagram because I'm clapping back at these people on Instagram. That's my favorite is clapping back at these socialists and the people who are pushing Islam down our throats. They'll say things like Christianity causes so much harm to different nations. Christianity is bad in the West because they're trying to tell you that we're going to have blasphemy laws. Like these things are going to be an actual inevitability, right? No, the opposite is happening right now. In Dearborn, Michigan, we have noise ordinances. People are violating all these. Well, they're not even violating laws. They're allowing the call for prayer on loudspeakers, waking people up in the morning. You're forced to hear this. You have no choice. You have to hear this. People are praying in the streets, blocking traffic, putting their towels down, their turbans on, and everything else, and praying in public places. They're letting you know, like Uwe told you, that we're demonstrating our power. And then the mayor in Michigan told a Christian during a hearing, because Christianity is bigotry, I will escort you out of town. So we're being told that Christians aren't wanted. We'll be escorted out of town. We're being forced to hear the Muslim call for prayer. We're being forced down our throat, anything Islam. And this is insane. So when people say things like, well, Sharia law is a whole different thing, and I understand Muslims. No, they're the same thing. Sharia law is what happens according to Islam. You can read the Hadiths, the Quran. All this points to Sharia law. And what Sharia law means is what it looks like when a Muslim follows Orthodox Islam to a T. That's all that means. It's the purest form of Islam is Sharia law. And if that's the purest form of Islam, then that means that Orthodox Islam and Sharia law are one and the same. You can't separate them. I've explained this to people ad nauseum, and it's almost crazy. The rhetoric that Hassan Piker is espousing, the rhetoric that Sneeko is espousing, They're telling you that they're going to conquer our nation right in front of your face. They're playing in your face. This is what they're doing. And we are allowing this subversion to happen. This is why I plan on running for office next year, and I'm going to knock the subsidies right out of their feet. No more money, no more handouts to these illegal immigrants, no more handouts to Muslims, no more socialism. I'm going to fight that tooth and nail. This will be fought. I don't give a damn. I am America first. First of all, I'm a Christian first. I'm an Orthodox Christian first. But knowing that, I'm going to lead with America first. This isn't like Israel first either, because you have this false dichotomy that they create where, oh, you're supporting the Zionist agenda because you're anti-Islam. You mean to tell me if I don't like one, I support the other? No. Did you know that I can dislike both of them at the same time? I don't agree with any of them. I am against Zionism. I'm not a Zionist, and I'm also anti-Islam as well too. I am antithetical to both of these. So when I run for office, all my decisions will be informed from Orthodox Christianity, or we'll just say Christianity for the masses out there. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to this, I'm very passionate about this. And I think that when I run for office, the first thing I'm going to do isn't going to be to absolutely gut the system. What I will be doing is creating a United States that is presenting so much hardship to these people. Hardship, meaning you have to work your ass off. It's a merit-based system in the ways of we aren't going to hand out the golden ticket of citizenship to people who absolutely revile and hate our country. That makes no sense to me. Why are we giving citizenship to people who hate our country? All of this needs to stop. It's like, I can't wait. Michael Benjamin, who's an Orthodox Christian as well too, he'll be running for office next year. So you have two Orthodox Christians that will be running for office next year. We look forward to this. So if Benjamin Michael, aka Orthodox Luigi, is used to doing debate, I'm used to doing the culmination of podcast and debates. We are going to take our skills into this arena because we need Christians to fill in the void, because absent any pushback, absent anybody to fill these vacancies, we allow Islam to fill these vacancies in office. That's why I'm doing this. I'm fed up. People will tell me things. Well, Marte, do you have a solution? All you're doing is bitching and complaining on the internet. And I've heard this so long, and I for the longest time, I was like, well, I don't know. The best thing we can do is create propaganda, do these debates against feminism, do these debates against Islam, and maybe it'll change. That's not enough. I'm running for office. It's not enough. It isn't enough, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll listen to these debates. Oh, Marte won. He had a good point. Go to sleep. Forget about it the next day. Clock into your job. Well, how much change did I make? It's like I think about that. I'm like, the majority of people look at this, they're entertained, but the people who are entertained by my content already agree with my content. They already do. Because Dusty isn't watching my debates. I'm not here to change his mind, but I'm here to change the people's minds who are on the fence at home. It's what I plan on doing. It's crazy, man. All right, let's get back to these comments. It's not meant to mix with any nation. Yeah, well, it's meant to mix with Muslims already, but that's it. It's very finite. They're very open about it as they perform jihad. Yeah, this is a political jihad that they are doing right now. They have gotten wiser and smarter. And I know it sounds like an oxymoron if I say Muslim and smarter, but follow me with this train of thought for just 2 seconds real quick. They know that they can't repeat the 9/11 thing. They know that they can't do all this because we've been on guard, and it's like, you can't fool me twice. What did President Bush say? You can't get fooled again. Crazy, right? But in regards to Islam, they're like, okay, we're going to bring this Trojan horse in there. We're going to be able to speak to people clearly, give people what they want as free shit socialist. And then not to mention this, but we're going to use their laws against them. That's what's happening. I'm just telling you how it is. They're going to use our laws against us to subvert our own system. Well, you can't do that. This protects me. This is that talk. So I'm just like that. Now it's like, if I see through this as a debater and Benjamin Michael sees through this as a debater, we know the slick shit is happening. We know they're doing this. Debaters in the entertainment sphere aren't exactly going to stop them. Let's be honest. The people that are going to stop them are the people like me, Orthodox Luigi, people like that getting into office and filling into these positions. And before anybody says, Marte, you have a history, you have a past, you don't understand. Do you know anything about politics? Look, what are you doing? So what are you doing? What are you doing about this? And before you start complaining, did Trump have a clean history? People say, well, he slept with a porn star when his wife was pregnant. All this other. We didn't vote for him off of these. If that was the case, nobody would be a president ever. Nobody would ever be elected in any office. And not only that, repentance wouldn't mean anything in Christianity. That means all we would live in is a world of nihilism. My point is that when I voted for Trump, I voted because he was the best spokesperson for patriotism, keeping our American sovereignty against immigration, strengthening our borders. That's one of the primary reasons. And also anti-abortion, leaving it to the states, instead of being the arbiter, right? Things like this. I voted for him on these issues, mainly like migration. It's not even a migration, it's an invasion. That's why I voted for Trump. So when we think about this, when people vote for these issues, they're not like, well, Trump robbed somebody back in the day through a business deal. That's not what. Oh, okay. Do you want your country to change or not? That was like way back in the past. That has no relevance to like the future. If he keeps doing that, yeah, that is. But something in the past that has no bearing on the future, nobody votes in presidents because of this, or is antithetical to voting a president because of this. If that was the case, nobody would get a job, like I was saying. Marte, man, I don't know if you're the best person for this. Oh, so if I ixnay and create a vacancy, a Muslim fills my slot? Is that what you want? Who would you rather run for office? And I already know what people are probably going to say against me. I'm ready for all that. And the reason why most people don't run for office is because they're not ready to deal with the political attacks. I am. I'm ready for all the attacks, the political attacks, the whole shit talking, all this. Marte used to do solo court. Yeah. I'm probably the closest thing to a subject expert on why you shouldn't do this now. Now I can speak on why that's bad. Now I can talk about these things and say, well, hey, I'm not leading with that, but yeah, this is a no thing. This is not what I want for America. It's not what I want, But I think that's why people look at people like Steve Harvey and they'll say, well, he's the worst person to talk about marriage because he had 3 divorces. Well, who would know anything better than the death of a marriage and talking about that? Better subject matter expert, well, closest thing to talking about the death of marriage than Steve Harvey, who's had 3 divorces. You see how that works like both ways? So it's like we have to really look at the landscape, like the field of this. So when people are making justification as like why you can't do this, Marte, it doesn't make any sense. You have to realize, like, what are they doing? How are you changing this landscape? Are you also bitching and moaning and complaining about things like this? Christians shouldn't be barred from running for office. But this is what we do in our rhetoric and talk. We talk to Christians and say, you shouldn't hold power. You shouldn't be in any positions. We see what happens when Christians are in power. Have you seen what happens when Muslims are in power? Pick your, like an atheist would even tell me, pick your poison, bro. That's what they would say. Pick your poison. Which, if you were an atheist or a secularist, who would you rather be in power? Would you rather an Orthodox Christian be in office or an Orthodox Muslim? I'll wait. One of their prophets is dead and one of theirs is still alive. One of their prophets added to the slave trade industry, killed people. The other one didn't do that. Didn't kill people either. There's massive difference between Christ and Muhammad here. And this is like 3rd grade level stuff. Without even having to read the Quran, you'd already know this. Just insane, man. All right, that's it. I'm going to go get my hair cut. And hey, what's up, Mez? Good to see you, man. I'm just testing my stream to see how everything's going. You might want to stay in. Stay tuned. We have a debate coming up tonight, Mezcal, and it's going to be a great debate. It's going to be me and Teriak providing a proper shellacking and slaughtering of these male feminists tonight. Islam is designed to be merged with the state. Yeah, it's a legalistic religion. And if you read the Quran, it looks like a playbook for war. That's what it does. And when people say, well, they're not at war, they wouldn't use taqiyya with them. Did you know that Islam states that any other country, if you are in any land that's not seized by the Islamic State, it's considered a war zone. So when people tell you, well, they're not at war, so why would they lie to you in office? Is that seized by the Muslim state or mostly a monopoly controlled by the Muslim state? If you say no, they consider that a war zone. So they're using taqiyya. And the problem with this is it's unconstitutional. And this is, I don't care how controversial this sounds. It's unconstitutional for Muslims to take office because when they put their hand on a book that tells you that they can lie while telling you that they're taking an oath, how is that not unconstitutional? They're literally lying to you as they're putting their hand down on a book because they can't do this because the place where they're doing this, swearing an oath, is considered a war zone because it's not monopolized by the Muslim state. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me, am I lying? The chat, can you guys tell me if I'm lying or not? This is what happens. And nobody has pointed this out. It's abhorrent to our system. It's unconstitutional as shit. Whenever they get in office, and they put their hand down. And then here's the thing, though. They're not putting their hand on a Bible. What are they putting their hand on? The war book. Is that war book antithetical to American patriotism? Unless you want Muslim patriotism. Insane, man. So insane, bro. All right, here we go. Chat's kind of moving a little bit. It's a playbook for war. That's how Muhammad. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a playbook for war. If nobody caught it yesterday, JD DeLay put out a video calling our own Andrew Wilson to a fist fight. JD DeLay? Wait, hold on. What? I didn't see that. JD DeLay did that? That's correct, bro. Hey, Mezcal, do you have me on Discord? If you can, send me the video on Discord or friend me on Discord, man. Them leaving their homes is them performing jihad. Yeah. No, he was saying JD DeLay, not JD Vance. JD Vance, Mescaline Dreamer. They demanded a Quran. Yes, it is. He got steamrolled in his own comments and he took the video down after half an hour. Oh, damn. So the video's not up there. No, JD DeLay. Who is JD? You should look in to see who JD DeLay is. That's interesting. Interesting personality there. Say that. But if he got steamrolled and he took it down, I would sure love to see this JD DeLay video. I'll be looking that up. But anyways, I'm about to roll. I gotta get my hair faded and then I gotta grab some food because I'm freaking starving, man. I gotta grab some food. Yes, I am going to drink something with grape in it. And yes, I'm going to eat some fried chicken, probably some chicken wings. Yes, I am fulfilling all the stereotypes. Don't tell me that you don't like that too. If you tell me you don't like chicken, you're lying. Unless you're allergic, because that population does exist. So anyways, I will see you guys back here at, was it 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, I think, is 5:30 here. I'm in Arizona, so... Yeah, so I will see you guys back here pretty soon. Looks like my test stream is, 45 minutes for a test stream is ridiculous. I need to leave. I'm out of here. I'm abusing my own time. You guys take care, and Christ is God.